you get used to seeing marriages that work. And thank God we are not the only ones doing it. There are a lot. We thought nobody was doing it when we started. We thought nobody was doing it, honestly. And when we started, we saw a lot of people who had already been doing it in their own way. And then we felt like, oh, people are actually here already. Now let's amplify this message and then push it out more. Yes. We don't agree on everything, but we never shout. We never raise our voices. We never keep silent treatments.
Me too.
Before you know me, I don't go sparking and
It's another episode of your favorite podcast when it comes to the family. This is ForFamilies Podcast. I'm Isabella Adediji. Always excited because I bring you the best guests and we have the best conversations, even if I do say so myself. And today will be no exception. In fact, today is very special. And that's why you want to stay locked in. So if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, now, what's going on? Go ahead and subscribe, tap the notification bell so that you'll be the first person to know once the podcast comes out, okay? And then after you've done that, you tell a friend to tell a friend. And yes, let us spread the gospel. Let us spread the good news of ForFamilies Podcast, because this is where we have heartfelt, open, honest conversations on children, on parents, on families, marriage, even divorce, everything in between, blended families, twins, triplets, everything you can think regarding the family, no holds barred. So I can't wait for today's conversation because our guests there, easy. We've been trying to get them to come on ForFamilies Podcast, but when they said yes, I was so excited. So you can see that I'm very gingered. Your own is too much. Every small thing, you brought our camera. Are you the first person to marry? Sorry, love wanted you. Won't hear word again. My husband, my wife. Is it everything you must post on social media? No, seriously, Don't you know there are children that are watching? Okay, so you mean your mom, your dad, your pastor, your in-laws, they are watching you, and you people will be doing lovey-dovey all on this social media. It is too much. Are you one of those people that sometimes you're like, what is it? What is going on? All this love, you're tensioning the single people, Justice for single people or justice for married people that their husband or their wife will not allow them to do all those lovey-dovey PDA. But when we look at content on social media, let's not lie. Some of us are like, how I wish I could also do like this. Or it's so true. That scenario, it really happens in families. And you're just glad that it's out there in the open. And truly, social media, content creators, influencers, they're doing the Lord's work. I recently started doing skits and the likes, and I know it's not easy. So imagine people that are doing this consistently, day in, day out. They are educating us, they are entertaining us, and they're giving us a lot of food for thought, showing us how marriages should be. They are your favorite couple. You know them as Mr. and Mrs. AG. But did you know that I have to call their government names? Ademola Adebusoye, Mr. AG, is not just doing this content creation thing. He is a digital marketer with over 15 years of experience. So you can see why the content always used to make sense. And he runs his agency with Mrs. AG, of course. It's Mr. and Mrs. AG. Mrs. AG is Titi Lokwe Adebusoye, and she too, she sabi this work. Her own is travel. So you see all those their packages. Today they'll say they are in a resort, tomorrow they are here, they are there. This travel thing, whether it's for families, couples, children, your office, just go and check them out. They are the duo behind Mr. and Mrs. AG, but they are also the duo behind Rainbow Trent Agency, and they also have a co-working space which is rainbow spaces. So you can see why I'm excited. Celebrity in the building, Mr. and Mrs. AG on ForFamilies Podcast. Woo! Who are you clapping for? No. It's you are the celebrity. I don't understand. What is going on? No, Mr. and Mrs. AG.
When you were doing this, I was thinking like, who's talking about? Oh, really?
It is you that we should be clapping for. Is it easy to bring Mr. and Mrs. AG on your podcast? People should, when you see me, just squeeze dollars in my hand, and my shoulder is high.
Commission to us.
Yes.
Thank you for having us. That intro,
Oh, I didn't even tell you guys. This is our first ever couple on ForFamilies Podcast. Gay. I want to get up and dance, but the way my director is looking at me will be like, I will mess up the frame. So let me just comport. But I've really been looking forward to having this conversation because in this part of the world, Nigeria, there are many things that are happening. We talk about it in secret, behind closed doors. But you see, once we come to social media, we do what? We comport. This one will not put it out there. And when we talk about love in the era of social media, I'm curious, like, this attachment to social media and I would say bravery to put it all out there, has it always been there? Like, you know what? We're going to show people what marriage is supposed to be like. Yes, if it is to be, we will do it. I'm like, I'll be covering my face. Like, I said it to my husband. I said, see what these ones are doing. I'm like, well, let me work with this couple something. Like, have you always wanted to do it? Did you have any reservations? And so far, like, is this what you're going to keep doing for a while?
So, I mean, for me, I haven't had any reservations about it. I'd already known for a long time that, I'm going to be operating in the relationship space, family lifestyle engineering space. And I just didn't know how I was going to do that until I now decided to say, okay, let's try social media. I knew that I grew up seeing a lot of things. I grew up, one of our neighbors then used to beat his wife. And it was at that time I knew that, no, I didn't want to have this kind of marriage. So what can I do to ensure that this kind of thing doesn't, happen, or I'm able to find a way to, at least reduce it to an extent in my own way. Luckily, I married my wife and, we talked about it. I started the content creation long before she joined me.
Oh, shit. So you're the one that dragged that?
Yeah, honestly, I from my hand, I used to be this reserved and shy person. Oh, that Mrs. AG that you are seeing online is different from the Mrs. AG in the house. So he started the content creation way far before I joined him. And why I joined is that I realized that there are a lot of marriages, like good marriages out there, but it's not online. But most of the celebrities, what we are seeing is divorce, fake marriages, the one that is not working. That's the one that is everywhere. That's the one they are pushing to us. And I'm like, okay, but we have beautiful marriages that are actually working. But nobody is talking about those ones. Nobody is putting it on our faces. And that was why I decided to join. Okay. And to be honest, most of our content are original. And sometimes we've created it. It happens and we're like, it would be nice to put this on tape. Like, let's record it. Then we now recreate what happened, record it and post it. And I think that's where the originality of our content comes up, and that is why I actually joined content creation. And I'm coming out of the shell gradually. Okay. I'm still in a shell, but I'm coming out gradually.
Okay. There was something you said, family and lifestyle re-engineering. Like, are we in physics class?
I'm not going to lie. It's not my term. So that term was used by my pastor. Is family and lifestyle re-engineering. Pastor Ketola Samuel. When we joined the church, we just joined the church recently, and he said that statement, and it just clicked that yes, that is what I have been looking for. Family life re-engineering, coming from the couple's perspective. I see a lot of couples that really do love each other, but they don't love each other the way the other person wants to be loved. They love the other person the way they are loved. They use their own love language to treat the next person, and the other party is like, I'm not feeling this thing, I'm not feeling it. So we need to now begin to re-engineer these things and let people know that, there are things you should do, there are things you shouldn't do, and there are discussions you should have with your partner, not just assume that, this is how it's supposed to be.
Just like having a partner that did not like public.
That was my next question. Because if you say you're in a shell and you're coming out and you're reserved, like when you started doing these things, what were your friends saying? Your mom, your pastor, the people that knew you before you married, or were they like, this one has married, won't hear word?
We love some things, but we really don't know that we like it. So I think that is my own situation. Before now, when they say public display of affection, I was like, it's not really my thing. But now I enjoy it more. Oh, wow. Even sometimes when the sparking is not coming, I was like, are we fine?
I used to cover my face.
When the touching is not coming, I'll just, okay, is everything all right? Is anything going on? Because this is not the real you, the usual you. So I'm getting used to it. And now I'm even looking forward to it. So if it's not coming forth, I'm now like, is something wrong? So I just felt like over time, there are things that we like that we don't know that we actually like it.
And sometimes it takes a man that loves you to bring it out. That hidden talent and hidden passion. Wait, this PDA thing, what about your children? I mean, what about your pastor, your mommy, your daddy? Mrs. AJ, I want to hear from you first.
They understand now.
Oh, wait, now. So before
we get some calls and like, what is going on? There is this mentality, should I say, about majorly Nigerians or Africans, that this thing, public display of affection, should be indoor, like something you do behind the doors. And if we are coming out to stand in between of family re-engineering, we need to show some things that is behind that door for them to be able to understand that, okay, behind the door, these are the things you can do, at least to keep the relationship tight and to keep it going. So we have to do it publicly.
Hey, Mr. AG.
It's just like an agreement that we have signed between ourselves.
I want to blame this Mr. AG. You are teaching her bad things. Eh?
I mean,
okay, why must it be on social media? Are you pressing the single people's necks?
So it's not actually pressing the single people's neck, but I mean, if you feel oppressed, go and marry.
No. Okay.
So it's not necessarily pressing the single people's neck. It's actually telling them or showing them what we feel should be the norm. Now, however, we also always say, there is a content we do when we say what works for us in our marriage. It is what works for us that we are showing you. Now, it does not necessarily mean that what works for us will work for you. We are also very cautious of that and also always tell people, try it. If it does not work, go back to what is working for you.
Exactly.
Don't say because Mr. and Mrs. G said this is working, I want to do it to know. So just make sure that you are, just like every information we see online. For example, now we're having conversations about GMOs and all that. An influencer will come and say GMO is good. Another will come and say GMO is no good. So you by yourself, you have to look at the situations objectively. So whatever we say, if you say, 50-50 in marriage is what is working for us, it doesn't mean that it will work for you because we have different backgrounds. So it's very important that we put that out there.
That's a disclaimer. Okay. When it comes to social media, there was something you said that is always the negative things that are always portrayed. Someone's marriage spoils and is all over the blogs, or someone is going through a divorce or is messy or fake marriage and the rest. When you started showing the good side, the positive side of marriage, did you get as much support? Were people really interested in that kind of content, or was it something that you had to keep on doing for a while because people, like they say, bad news sells?
we had terrible comments at the beginning. We had terrible comments, like really terrible comments at the beginning. People were like, "Oh, it's all on social media. It's all on social media. In real life, it's not like that too." When I saw the those comments, I feel like, oh yes, the impact is beginning to be felt. People are seeing that, okay, Well, and so many people are there like waiting, like, oh, one day they will come and tell us that they are broken up. And
Hey.
people are there waiting. I know you people are waiting, but it will never happen. It's never
God forbid. God forbid.
It's never going to happen. So, however, it is also important. I've lost my chain of thoughts.
You're talking about how those people used to leave negative comments.
So they say really terrible things. Sometimes I try to shield my wife from it at the beginning. Because when she sees something, she will look at it like, no, because she didn't really want to do this thing in the first place. She was not very comfortable with it in the first place. So I was, being able to convince her to come and do it. And then she has agreed to do it. Now she's beginning to see some of these negative comments. How would she want to pull back at some point? So sometimes I was protecting her from it. I would shield it. I would delete it. At some point I was,
now we even use it as
we use it to create more content. Those negative comments, we use it to create more content.
more content. So
People will get used to it. The way people are getting used to everything, you get used to seeing marriages that work. And thank God we are not the only ones doing it. There are a lot. We thought nobody was doing it when we started. We thought nobody was doing it, honestly. And when we started, we saw a lot of people who had already been doing it in their own way. And then we felt like, oh, people are actually here already. Now let's amplify this message and then push it out more.
And it's really nice seeing that a lot of people are now embracing it. Any couples coming together now, you say they are also a content creator. Everybody now is couple content, and it's really amazing that yes, people are getting the message that there are beautiful marriages out there. It is now left to you to pick or determine how you want to run your home.
As I was just listening, my husband, I've tried to get him to do all these skit things, and he's like, well, that one you're not doing. I did manage to get him to do one content, but he made sure he was bending his face one way, or the cooking one, at least he enjoys that one. But you're right, when we show more of that positive content, it encourages other people that maybe want to do the same thing, but they are not sure. And it's like, okay, we'll join, there are more people, and we're all amplifying it. So well done, because I think marriage is a beautiful thing. Not I think, I know it is.
Something just crossed my mind now, and I feel like I should share it. While I joined my husband, there is a friend of mine, I won't mention her name, there is this friend of mine that just entered my DM and said, do you know that I don't believe there is a relationship without like beating, like the man eating or do something? Because I'm like, as at then we are 5 years in marriage, and I'm like, in my 5 years of marriage, my husband have never lifted up his hand to beat me or hit me. So I believe there is. She was like, she did not believe that when she started watching our content, and she just like, she wants to ask that, has he ever, or how am I doing it? Am I enjoying it like that? And I'm like, it is norm for your husband not to even shout at you, not to talk of beat you. To me, I felt, okay, what we are doing as, in a way, change our mindset or change our mentality. I don't know how she grew up. Perhaps she grew up with her parents beating themselves, and she, in one way or the other, she has seen it as part of love. So that, again, helped me to feel, okay, this is, what we are doing is good.
And that is the re-engineering we are talking about.
And it's coming from somebody that I know. So there is a lot going out there. There is a lot of different mentality that people, that is not good, but some people in one way or the other believe is a norm. So I just felt I should share that.
Thank you for sharing it, because that buttresses your point on re-engineering. And you said you, as a child, you used to witness a man doing the same thing. So it's not like almost like the norm that is, maybe this is how they were beating this person, or they were beating that person. You yourself, you are going through it. You just don't want to tell her. Now I want us to look at, couples putting their lives out there on social media, because people say there's a danger that tomorrow something is going to go wrong, or some people, they'll put their husband on social media, they'll put smiley face, or their children. Guys, if you are putting smiley face, there's software that can remove the smiley face from your child or your husband or wife. So I'm just saying, but yes, what do you make of those comments that putting your story out there, putting your husband, your wife, your children out there, it can work against you, and tomorrow, when the thing comes crashing down, like some of the people are saying, you'll be wishing that you didn't say it.
So here's the thing. I would ask one question. Accidents happen every day, right?
Yes.
How did you get here?
It's in car now. On the road.
Yeah, of course. Plane crashes happen every now and then. But if you want to go to the US today,
It's by
would
air
you
now.
use
It's
Edo
not.
Airways?
No, I will not use ship too.
So it is. You have to just live your life. You just have to live your life regardless of whatever happens. Of course, I don't agree that you share everything. You don't share everything that happens in our
So there are some limits.
We determine the limits. There are some content that we have recorded and edited, and we just watch it and be like, no.
Okay.
It is an agreement thing. Both of us, we look at it and like, okay, maybe we shouldn't share this part. And then there are also things that, if you look at our content, you hardly see our children. Hardly. They're there. But before you say, maybe like once in 6 months or once in 3 months or 4 months, before you see their faces, it's intentional. So there are certain things that we do not share. So it's important that you know what not to share. You have had an agreement with your partner. If you are doing a couple content, have an agreement with your partner that, these things, we are not sharing it. No one knows our children's school. You will not see them in their uniform. We have recorded some very good contents where their uniform showed, and what they were saying, what our child was saying, our son George was saying in the video was really nice. Like it would go viral. But his uniform is there. I looked at, no, I deleted it. I moved it from trash, deleted totally. So we know the things that we would not share, and we are sticking to it. So there are certain things, and it's not based on what people are saying on social media. It's based on both of those beliefs. That's it.
And at the same time, I believe that every couples have rooms for communication. That is where communications matters a lot in every relationship. Even if you are not in the relationship content creation aspect, even if it's just lifestyle or anything, you have to have a conversation with your partners to know what they like and what they don't like. I've seen a lot of content creators out there that they show their children, but their husband's faces is never on their page. It is an agreement. You can do your thing with the children, but just leave me out of it. And there are some that were like, okay, let's do it together, but let's leave the children out of it. So there is an agreement and there is a communication behind every family content creation, and which is what is working for us as well.
Okay, I agree. I mean, some of my content, the whole family shows, the one everyone is comfortable in, and then the one that they are not comfortable in, I just do it by myself. So like you said, communication is key. Now, some of the content you put out there can be seen as adult content, all these, to even say it, because my mommy can be watching it and she'll say, shh, even as old as I am and as a married woman. So all those kind of things, they can say, this one is not good for children to watch it. And today there are lots of children on social media. So how do you ensure, or what can you do to ensure that only the right people watch your content? Or has it ever discouraged you that, let me just even stop this content thing because maybe you don't want certain audiences to see it and it's beyond your control?
Yeah, we have that. Fortunately for us, Instagram has a control, sort of, where you can set the age limit of people that see your content. So currently, one of the reasons why we're not growing fast on Instagram is because we have that limit set. If you're not 21, you won't see our content.
Oh, wow.
You won't see our page. Now, if another blogger posts it and they don't have that limit set, you will see it. But on our own page, we have the limit set to 21 years old. If you're not 21, you won't see our content. Now, if you don't have your age set on your Instagram profile and you come across our profile, or you want to go to our profile rather, that means you won't see it on the Instagram feed normally. But if someone sends you a link, Instagram will ask you, are you 21 plus? And then you say yes. And then Instagram register that as, okay, this person is above 21. That is weird. So that's when you're going to be able to see our content. We have 2 pages on Instagram. One of the pages is set to 18. The other one is set to 21. So those are the controls that we can put. Now, however, there are children out there who do not set their ages on social media. It is beyond our control. There's nothing we can do about that. And we don't bother ourselves about it. We are now encouraging parents. If your child is using a smartphone, set their age yourself on all their social media channels. So that when creators like us who are conscious about these things set those limits, your children do not get to see it. YouTube is doing a good job with it by setting, you can set for children or 18 plus. YouTube does that. But Facebook is not doing it. TikTok is not doing it in Africa. TikTok is doing it in China. If you go to China and a child of 12 years old opens TikTok, he would not see what we are seeing. They are going to be seeing science laboratory, science tech stuff. That's what they are seeing. Wow. So it's also a call to our governments. Government, engage these social media platforms. Put restrictions in place, put laws in place, consult people like us. Yes, come and talk to me. I have a list of things that can be done to sanitize our social media space. Talk to people that are actually concerned about this thing. Some influencers don't care as long as they're making money from it.
And that's what I'm wondering, like, it's hurting your channel and you're okay with that? Like,
for them, for those influencers, it's not hurting their channel.
No, I'm saying you have taken that decision and you don't ever feel like, we are not doing any bad thing. It's not like, wow.
Because the intention, the original intention is not to make money off it. It's just the mindset, the orientation that we want to. It was later that we started, way far back that we started seeing that, okay, we can actually start making money from what we are doing. So I think that is what helped our own foundation, because we didn't do it originally for money.
Okay. Oh, wow.
We see a lot of people that started after us and they are like millions followers.
A lot of people are making money on social media, and that is why we have jobs that we do.
Okay.
We are not full-time content creators.
Yes.
Maybe at some point we may decide to go full-time, but right now we can't even go full-time again because we have businesses. We have people's salaries to pay. So of course we have to take care of that one and look at, okay, we are going to pay salaries. How do we make sure that salaries this month are paid?
It's taken care of.
So we have to work. So we may now say, okay, let's now pay more attention to content creation. But the goal for content creation for us originally was not the money. So when the money, like, okay, really nice. It's good to know we can make money from these things, right?
So have you done any content that maybe a particular one, your pastor has called, your mommy has called, someone that you've not spoken to maybe in 20 years from your secondary school has called, and you've been getting calls back to back, you have to defend yourself, you start wondering, why did I do it? Do you have any instances of such?
First of all, I don't care.
Okay.
Me. My mentor, Pastor Dr. Yawoye, has never called me and said, oh, this content you're doing, I don't think it's... I have even asked him personally, one of our meetings, I said, sir, our contents, what do you think about it? And he understood where we are coming from. And he understands the message we are trying to pass. It is for couples who are married, not for singles. We are not telling people who are not married to go and be having premarital sex. We are not doing that. Our content is for married people. When we have content for people that are not married, it's usually mostly talking head videos. We don't do skits for people who are not married. We talk to people who are not married, not for people who are married. So when people call me and like, so there was a friend of mine, the one in US.
Oh, okay.
when we started, they were like, don't put your family on social media. Don't do this. Few months, no, not months, years, some years down the line, he called on video call. He was telling his wife that he knows me personally, and then he called me on video call. I was like, my wife no believe say you be my guy from secondary school, blah 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 blah. And I was called the wife, come and see. The wife was so happy, like, I like you guys, I like your content. And at the beginning, people didn't really understand, but with time, they got to understand what we are doing. So people don't even message me to say, this your content is bad. Nobody does that to me. And I'm fine with it.
Okay, what about you, Mrs. AG?
No one except my mom.
Now I would like to know what mommy says.
No, except my mom. And the way she even called me for was even surprising, because we went on to pool and I was in the pool with normal bikini. And she was like, but he was in the pool with singlet. He was like, can't you see that your husband cover up? So you cannot cover up. Can't you wear something that would... I'm like, I don't understand. We like cover up inside water. So that was the first time she called, and I explained to her that no, I'm inside what I cannot cover up. This is the best I can do. And then sometimes she was just like, this is your content, Sha. You know others.
So she has understand. Okay. So. Yeah, I find that at the beginning, sometimes people would express their reservations instead of support. Is when the thing is now working that they'll be like, okay, well, this thing, they'll even be the ones sharing it to their friends. Exactly. And you know,
a friend of mine chatted me up and like, okay, someone else posted one of our contents on their WhatsApp. So I think another person sees it that knows me personally. I'm like, do you know these people? And I don't know them. I just like their content and I posted it. And I know them. Like, I know them. And she now called me. She's like, I'm with a friend of mine now that posted your content. I'm telling her that I know you. I'm like, okay, I know you too. So that also makes me feel like, okay, at least what we are doing is for them to even take it, lift it from the social media and put it on your personal WhatsApp. Like, okay, we are doing a good job. And
we're not speaking about this from the place of pride. We are just happy, and this thing, it gives us joy. Yeah. So we're just happy that
even personally, motivation to
it's a motivation for us to do more. It's a motivation for us to do more. So if you see our content again, please make sure you share it.
Share it too, so that we can continue getting more. So beyond social media, are there plans to take this work maybe to TV, to radio, this mission of family re-engineering, family life re-engineering? Are you looking at writing books, documentaries, feature films, series? I mean,
so there's a lot we can do. However, it requires
Nikoko.
It's just like the gospel. You need money to spread the gospel. Salvation is free, but you pay money to buy Bible.
Yes.
So that is the kind of space we're in now. We have scripts for series that talks about how to resolve conflicts in marriage. We have a book already out on how to resolve conflicts in relationships, and from that book, we've created a series that we want to record and post out there. I think we've just done one out of 13. one out of 13 episodes. Well, we need money to shoot these things. It's not going to come cheap. And we are not making money from social media per se.
But you said that they pay now. You do deals with brands now.
For example, how much will brands pay? We don't have millions of followers. Though. We're still growing.
Okay.
So brands pay, but it's not for example, let's say a brand pays us 400,000 naira, and we have to shoot the content for the brand. We rent a shot late, 200k already gone out of the 400k.
Wow.
Get a videographer who comes to record and do the edits, another 100k gone. That content, I have just 100k left. So what are we saying?
And that shows that the reason why you're doing it is not because of the money. Because if somebody else will say, okay, I will shoot it in my house, I'll shoot it by myself, I'm not going to give videographer money, editor money, shortlet money.
I have an agency. We do videos for the brands that are under us. We do videos for them. I have to supervise, make sure that okay, this thing is done well. I have to do some things. We are still small. We are just starting. The agency is less than a year. Yeah. And I have to monitor those things. So I wouldn't leave that one. And then this one that is not paying so much. So of course, the money is good. At least the money is able to fund the content we do currently. However, I want to shoot bigger content, want to shoot better content. Brands don't want to partner on that content because they feel like it's not viral worthy. But the content is for a message to be passed across. Brands are not looking at the message they want to pass. They are looking for content, how many people will watch it?
Yeah, content that will go trend.
They want controversial content. But nobody's willing to invest and say, okay, let's even push this thing and see how far it can go. I mean, for example, if we have a Pepsi, say they want to do a 12 series episode with us, let them sponsor our content. Pepsi, hi please, hi guys.
I love it, shooting in shots.
So if brands like maybe MTV say, okay, let's shoot some content for you and post it on YouTube. They don't need to post it on our own channel. That's the funny thing. The script is ready. Sponsor the production and put it on your channel. The core is that the message has been passed. I don't need it. My YouTube is not monetized yet.
Wow.
so there's nothing I want to make from it. I was spending money to shoot the content and spread the message, but I don't want to make anything back from it. So brands, bring the money, come and shoot this content for us, and then put it on your product placements. You put your product in it. Even this episode is supposed to be sponsored.
Amen. We should. So, and I still understand this because when you talk about family and a wholesome podcast, it doesn't have controversy. And the purpose of this conversation is not to ask you a trick question so that I will now edit it and then put it. No, that's not. It will defeat the purpose.
Exactly.
We want people to watch this and have a better family experience, better marriages, better parenting experiences, and that's the point. So maybe that's why the brands are not coming, but they will come very, very soon because this wholesome content. And I also am encouraged that you are not giving up hope that okay, these things are not going the way they should, but you are still very committed to your vision. And in terms of your personal, there's Mr. and Mrs. AG, there's love on social media, but you said something that is what happens in real life that you end up recreating for social media. But some people will still say that you're not telling us the full thing. Is it every day that it is sweet? How are you dealing with the things that maybe you don't post on social media? Because marriages can be hard, and living with somebody that grew up in a totally different background, someone that you don't know, comes with its challenges. So how are you able to overcome some of these challenges in your marriages?
To be honest, every marriages have its own up and down, and that's one thing we are very conscious of, is that we don't go to bed angry at each other, and we communicate a lot. That communication really helps us to talk about issues that might have happened even before, or anything that might have keep us having arguments or fighting, because we've talked about it. In the midst of communication, perhaps we watched a movie now, and after the movie, we started having conversation concerning the movie. From our conversation, you already understand that, okay, this is how my partner will react to this situation if it happens to her. And this is how, so if anything like that wants to occur, we already know how to manage the situation. So communication helps us a lot. And there was a time we did a content and we're like, in our 5 years of marriage, we've never had an argument, like fight. It is true. But some people don't believe it. They were like, no, that information is just for social media. But either social media or outside social media, it is true. In our 5 years of marriage, we've not had any form of argument or any form of fight, like serious fight like that, and it is true.
Maybe 6 years now. It's going to be 6
Sorry,
years.
6 years.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. At least
So I think
we are still growing,
the content
though.
you're talking about is the one where we said we fought only once.
In our 5 years
we were
of
5 years then. So now it's 6 years. We fought only once in 6 years of marriage, just once. And the first fight was in the first 3 months of marriage.
Wow.
Very fresh.
We're just fresh.
And that was what helped us to lay the rules that, okay, these are the things that we will do. And even under that comment, we now start seeing people coming out that in 20 years, 15 years, 16 years.
16 years, she and her husband have never fought.
Maybe we should cut soap for us.
I was happy because this is someone's reality. We are not just saying it because we want to tell you people on social media that we are not fighting or because we want to trend. People actually went to the comment section and said, yes, there was one that said 3 years, there was one that said 16 years. I think there was one that said 12 years that they've never had a fight. Now, what's the definition of fights? When you're raising your voices at each other, shouting, trying to outshine the other person. It's different from having misunderstandings.
Or disagreements.
Yes.
We don't agree on everything, but we never shout. We never raise our voices. We never keep silent treatments.
Me
Never.
too.
Before you know me, I don't go sparking. I don't have time. What are you fighting for? I mean, because the issue will go and we will still be there. So why are we now throwing tantrums over what is not important?
And it's just gladdening our hearts to say that a lot of people also are experiencing what we are experiencing, but they might not just have the courage to come out there to create it and make it a content. So under our comment section, they are supporting us with it that, okay, your own is just 6 years or 5 years. Okay, my own is even 16 years. My own is, and it helps to counter the other comments that are saying, oh, this is a lie. It's just for the social media. So.
And it's important because what helps us is communication.
Yes.
And that is why we wrote that book on how to resolve conflicts. It's communication. There are different layers of communication. So people just think communication is talking. No, it's not talking. Communication is even listening.
True.
Listening to understand, not listening to respond or listening to defend yourself. There are different things. People will listen to defend themselves like, oh, I did not do it. No, that's not why she's talking. The person is not. She's talking about how she felt. And you are thinking about defending yourself. Instead of you to be pacifying how she felt, you are defending yourself. You are not solving the problem. You're even making more problems because you think it's about you. Meanwhile, it's not about you. It's about the person that is having the complaint. So please go and read our book.
Go and read the book. And when it comes to, putting out these stories on social media, positive stories, do you come across very negative stories, negative skits that portray marriages or parenting in a very bad way? And how do you engage with such content if you do come across them?
We don't like controversy. So we won't interact with it. It's a rule of thumb. It's controversial. We won't converse about it. If we are going to even talk about it, it will be maybe like several months after that.
Or you use it for your own content.
We will not do stitch. People do stitch. They now stitch it
and we notice that majority of content creators now, once something is trending, they quickly jump on it and create something out
around it. Yes,
we try to stay away from things like that because we are not after what is trending, or we just want to follow the flow, like they used to say. We try to just stay away from it. Let it flow to wherever it's flowing to. Then we come up with our own originality.
Like that Coldplay clip where I mean that broke the internet, and maybe if it hadn't made it to social media and it was just there in the event, maybe the damage wouldn't have been as much. But then it became, people were going to her page, going to his page, leaving comments, and it took on a life of its own. Sometimes you wonder that should they just ban this social media if it's going to end up breaking someone's marriage like that.
It's not social media that broke that marriage. It's not social media, it's the man. He broke his marriage himself. I mean,
someone would argue that he didn't have to embarrass his wife on such a large scale.
Was it his fault that they recorded him?
But
it was actually his fault that they recorded him because you are married and you're having a relationship with your co-worker, the HR of the company you are the CEO of, the HR of HR. You shouldn't be agreeing. And HR should not even be seen face to face.
But he said it was a private moment that was made public without his consent.
Something like that. Why are you having a private moment with your HR?
Even a private moment in that kind of environment, does that environment look like a private?
So are you saying that social media did not help?
Let's be honest with ourselves. Either they put it on social media or not. With what he's doing with his family,
she would have found out.
Do you think the marriage will last forever? In one way or the other, she will still find out.
So just social media just made it faster.
And public.
But then some people will say that, okay, all this is all well and good. Social media didn't do this, but what about children? What about family members? Those are the
children. Sorry to cut you short. The children will be fine.
They will.
They'll
go to school. Their friends will be like, "Oh, look at your daddy. This is what your daddy did. Look at your mommy."
The children will be fine. Eventually, they will deal with their demons later.
So you don't think that there are some things they shouldn't just put on social media so that we protect people?
What kind of things do you want to protect people from?
like this kind of bad situations that has the effect or has the potential to wreck someone's family. Maybe the children can get bullied. That's why some people say,
don't put that on social media. I'm not going to put it on social media. It's the man.
It's not the man, it's the both of them.
Not the wife. Not the wife.
Like the HR and
it is the man.
Oh, wow.
It is the man, not the HR. Someone can seduce you, you can say no to seduction. Why can't you say no to seduction? It's the man. It's lack of self-discipline.
Because I also believe that every reaction have his own opposite reaction and his own consequence. Mm-hmm. So for you to engage yourself in extramarital affair, you should also be ready for whatsoever that comes out of it. So this is like a result of what he did. Perhaps she's just sitting down on her own and you're doing like, madam, you fine, let's start something. You started it yourself. And that is what comes out of it. So you should be able to manage it. He brings that upon his family. So
it's on him.
It's not on social media.
It's not on social media. Okay. I think my final question will have to be, looking back in your almost 6 years of marriage and then the content creation, social media, life in general, what has been your biggest lesson? And no, you're not allowed to say communication because we have said communication. So you can't think of another answer. Now, just kidding. You can definitely say communication.
My biggest lesson, really, going back, is that we had a small wedding. I wish it could have been smaller.
Yeah. Smaller. Don't you want people to come and spray you money, buy your ashwebi?
I mean, it's all good. We didn't even do ashwebi. We didn't do ashwebi. I mean, I wish it was smaller because over 100 people. Mm-hmm. Over 100 people came. Since then, we've not spoken to. We've not even seen 95% of the people that came. Wow. We've not seen them. I mean, it's an intimate affair. It should have been an intimate affair between the couple and their closest friends and family members. I mean, it's good we made money because pragmatic people. I mean, so our co-workers then came, but that I think I wish it was smaller. It should have been more memorable. I feel it should have been more memorable.
More intimate.
More intimate.
What about you, Mrs. AG?
Well, okay.
You wish it was bigger.
No, not about the wedding. Just your biggest lesson.
It's not about
and
the wedding.
And that would be where we'll
close. I was actually fine with the wedding. I was fine. It was not big. It was at least detailed, and we were able to cover all the necessary things. I will say, and you say we should not say.
No, you can't say it. I'm just kidding. You can.
Okay, because I will actually pick the word communication because I remember 3 months down the middle, like very fresh. Then we are not so intimate with communication. So I know what happened. That was when we had our first fight. And after that we laid the rules. We literally talk every night before bed. So you tell me, we just have a random gist of how the day went, what we were able to achieve, okay, what we should have done better today, how we should have handled this better. And all that has really shaped our marriage and even me, myself. So I would say communication. And that's where we will end this. I mean, I could let this conversation go on and on because I've learned so much and I'm taking a lot of gems. So thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. AG. I'm so grateful that you came on ForFamilies Podcast to encourage us that we can do better in marriage. We can love without fighting, without raising our voices, without covering my face, without engaging in,
it's not
yes.
It's not easy. You have to be intentional about it. You have to, sometimes I just remember that.
Soak it in.
Baby, I want to shout already that, baby, please, can you not do this? Can you? At that point, it goes down. So it's a conscious effort. You have to be very intentional about it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you once again, Mr. and Mrs. AG. And keep doing the amazing work you're doing. And hopefully, the brands will come and will do amazing content and ensure that, the family life is re-engineered positively.
Yes.
See, I've been re-engineered myself. Thank
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you for
having
having
us.
us.
And this is a very, very lovely podcast.
Thank you.
Very lovely.
I was watching the previous episode and I'm like,
Thank you.
why is everybody not following
Like
this?
this should be
page?
where
Thank
everybody should be following. If you are really serious about having a very good future with your partner, with your family, then ForFamilies Podcast is where you should be. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button, share this video, share all the other videos, and make sure that you are always here when any video drops.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Very
thank
important.
you. Yay. Okay, I can get up and dance now. This is the part where I tell you what I'm loving now. Yes, I put you on to the good stuff. And I think it was one of our episodes, and someone said, they don't teach you about marriage in school. And they also don't teach you about parenting in school. Yes, you can take some classes, but on your own. It's not like there's a subject called parenting. So what do you do when you're becoming a parent? One of the things that has helped me is to turn to books, to magazines, to videos, audio, podcasts like ForFamilies Podcast. Well, I have a soft spot for books. So I'm going to be sharing 2 books. And this one says, Stuff Every Dad Should Know. And it's not so cute. Look at this. Is it like X now or is it Twitter? But yeah, this is dad and this is the child. And it says things like, from changing diapers and burping babies to building sandcastles and hosting sleepovers, this book is loaded with stuff every dad should know. Readers will discover how to read a room of monsters, how to squelch a temper tantrum, how to assign chores, how to discuss the birds and the bees, how to save for college. So dads get in here. And they say whatever is good for the goose is also good for the gander. So if there's stuff every dad should know, there should be stuff every mom should know. Stuff every mom should know. And it says a mother should trust her instincts. Or so they say. When you're not completely sure how to handle a parenting problem, stuff every mom should know has the answers, including how to swaddle a baby, the truth about potty training, how to get chewing gum out of hair, 3 foods your teen should be able to cook, comebacks for unsolicited parenting advice. And I love the fact that there are 2 books. So again, if you're looking for a bonding activity that doesn't cost too much money, apart from the cost to purchase the books in this case, you can make out time and read. And it can help you in a marriage, in a parenting relationship, to discuss things like, I didn't know, look at what they said here, or we can try this approach. I know that what has helped me are books, talking to other parents, and watching things online, apps, and the rest. But yeah, if you're looking for a parenting book that's good for daddy, but it's also good for daddy, but it's also good for mommy, then I recommend both books. Stuff Every Dad Should Know, Stuff Every Mom Should Know. And let me know if you enjoy me bringing book recommendations, or am I the only one? I think as I've given a recommendation for dads and moms, I should also recommend some things for maybe the kids. Yeah, I think I would do that in another episode. Something for the kids, maybe something for entrepreneurs. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm definitely in my element. And tell me, are there books that have helped you in your parenting journey? Don't be selfish, share in the comments. And this is where we'll wrap up what I'm loving now. This is the part where I answer your burning questions, or maybe questions of my own that I'll just share my experience or my perspective or what has come to my mind, and then you can engage with me in the comments so we can rub minds together, literally. A question that I actually asked a guest is something that I've been thinking about. How should men or women, how should they engage people who have been divorced, whether it's once or twice, people who are on their second or third marriages? And I remember my guest, Ganiat, was like, I don't have an answer for that question, but she did say have an open mind. And that got me thinking, what does it mean to have an open mind when you're speaking to someone who has left a marriage or to someone who has been in 2 marriages? I think having an open mind means being empathetic, putting yourself in their shoes. What if their leaving a marriage was truly beyond their control? What if it was a life or death? And it doesn't always have to be physical death. What if it was their mental health? What if they had to leave so that they are protected, or because they respect themselves and they know they deserve better? So when you begin to think like that and you put yourself in their shoes and you don't have all these false assumptions like, oh, this person can't keep a marriage, this person, what is this person even looking for, why did this person just leave? And you have an open mind, you're empathetic, then you don't come from a place of judgment, you come from a place of love regardless. Like, people are deserving of love whether or not they've been in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 marriages. People are deserving of love whether or not they've gone through a divorce. So being open-minded when engaging someone who has had a long-term relationship come to an end is being loving, it's understanding, is making room for them to share their experience if they will. And if they don't choose to open up to you, it's okay. You accept it, because that's not the sum total of their life. One thing does not define them. A marriage or a divorce should not define them and should not cloud the way you engage with them. Think about the good things and focus on that, and know that when they are ready, they will speak about it. And if they are not ready to speak about it, then don't put pressure on them. So if you're really going to date someone, I think I would say be patient with them, because it takes time for people to open up. Not everyone will be like Ganiat and come on your podcast and share so openly and in such a heartfelt way. Some people will be closed up, and that's okay. And also know yourself and question why, if you decide I can't date someone who has been married before, someone who is divorced, and question yourself, are you saying this because there's something fundamentally wrong, or is it because of what will people say, or is it because of maybe a pastor or an imam or someone that is a mentor and the person said no, you must not, or is it a past experience? And I think you should interrogate that. But my final words will be, give people a chance, and remember that to err is human, to forgive is divine. And all of us are going through things. For them, it might be a divorce and a broken marriage. For you, it might be something totally different, and you would want to receive love and empathy. So I hope that has answered the question in some way. I would love to hear your views. Engage with us in the comments. I can't believe our conversation has ended. Can you imagine? We had our first couple, Mr. and Mrs. AG, on ForFamilies Podcast. Oh, I mean, first of many couples to come. I can't wait to have more couples on the show, because it's so interesting how you have different perspectives. And what I loved about the conversation was that they were so real, and they were not afraid to speak on topics that would just be like social media, love, and their faith came through. The fact that they communicate so well with each other, and they are resolute in their mission of family life re-engineering. Yes, I got that. So I can't wait to have more couples. I can't wait to even have children or teenagers. Yes, or maybe a grandmother or a grandfather. I mean, it's all part of the family, or maybe a daughter-in-law and a mother-in-law. Oh, that would be so great. So I really enjoyed today's episode. And also, I got to tell you about 2 books, one for the daddy, one for the mommy. Stuff every dad should know, stuff every mom should know. I encourage you, make time out to read books on parenting. It will help you. It will also give you something to talk about. Not every time scroll on your phone. Sometimes just engage the person, communicate, gist, talk. And this is about your children, or even if you're not a parent, you engage with other people's children. You are well equipped. You could be an auntie, an uncle, or a care provider or a guardian. And finally, the burning question on how to approach, engage people who have been in broken marriages, people who are divorced. It's about love, it's about empathy, it's about putting yourself in their shoes and know that just because you are privy to the fact that one marriage didn't work or 2 marriages didn't work doesn't mean that you don't have your own issues. We all have our own issues, and we don't want to be judged. We want people to first give us a chance, and let's just let people be. In their own time, they'll come around, or maybe they won't. And if you are against marrying or being in a relationship with someone that's divorced, you need to question yourself and ask yourself why, so that you can check for any bias and you're not denying yourself of a good thing. Yeah, I just had to put that out there. And when you do see people who end up marrying people that are divorced or were once divorced, please don't judge. Yeah, don't. Everybody deserves a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th chance. And the final thing is that please subscribe to our channel. I just love how Mr. and Mrs. AG said, you guys go ahead and subscribe. Like, we have a lot of good episodes for you. Tap the notification bell, follow us on social media, share our links with people, and do share your comments and recommendations. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Isabella Adediji. I've had an amazing time and can't wait to come back next week with another episode of ForFamilies Podcast.